or 6. Like it should be.
We
fucking...
have the technology where a ref could wear like a fucking camera on his hat, and a second referee could be watching the game through that camera, saying, "Oh, I just saw a holding. I got a flag here." If they don't call it in the game.
See, now that would be, I think, like, I wouldn't
you know
even
what
care,
saying,
though, if they said, we're not doing pass interference, we're not doing holding, but, like, bro.
Or we're not watching it from the ref's point of view, we're watching it from the all-22, something that the ref could have never fucking seen because of the angle.
Bro,
I would understand
these
that.
legal formation
what I'm
things,
saying is you could literally have somebody watch the same thing that the ref is watching. You could make him wear glasses with fucking camera on him, so we could see what the ref fucking sees, and even that you would notice mistakes.
The Ducks are 13-0, and we have the week off. Episode Who Cares?
The Ducks are 13-0.
Who cares?
Yeah.
They finished 15-0.
Nah. Let's talk about the Seahawks and how Josh was telling everybody on Earth. Oh.
Are we gonna talk about the Seahawks?
Get ready.
No, I don't want to talk about the Seahawks.
Oh no, I can talk about the Seahawks.
The one thing I want to talk about with the Seahawks is something that Josh brought up that I heard on a morning radio show, and how if you guys did watch the game, you could hear the "Go Pack Go."
Yeah.
The Seahawks fans have absolutely
season ticket holders were selling tickets to fucking guys with cheese on their head.
Right.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
That's called
big time.
That's called completely throwing it in, dude. That's situational awareness, cuz that's all that is.
It's wild.
And it's like I asked myself, like, which would I rather be, like selling my ticket to somebody, who's a fan of the other team, or in the crowd with like a paper bag over my head? You know what I mean?
Selling the ticket.
Probably selling the ticket. One of those ends up with money. I get it. There's no world we were winning that game if there wasn't a Packers fan there. We're not as good of a team as the Green Bay Packers. We're not as good of a team as most teams in the NFL.
I agree.
Can't bet on us, can't bet against us.
Yeah, I don't know. The Seahawks are an interesting team just because they kind of do have like two nice corners. They had a better pass rush. Their defense would probably be
the fans.
real nasty.
The fans want Tariq Woolen's head. They're done. I'm not done with Tariq Woolen, but a lot of our fans are completely done with Tariq Woolen.
Was he having a rough year?
He's not having the greatest of years,
I just want to say,
Jr. isn't having the greatest.
I just would like to say, people
say
Zach Charbonnet is not a good running back. I'm just saying he's a
Who
pretty
the fuck
good
said Charbonnet's
backup
not a good
number
running back?
2. There's a lot of people that have told me Zach Charbonnet is not a
They're
good
saying
running
he's
back.
slow. He can't make anybody miss. He's a
shit.
Damn. You should watch the highlights from last week's game.
Yeah, shit me.
He's a dog.
He did something 2 weeks ago that no Seahawks ever
good.
done since Sean Alexander, and Sean Alexander had 5 touchdowns in the first half of that game.
Bro, I won my fantasy league by like 0.6 points today.
Bro, Cooper Kupp, bro.
Hey, raise your hand if you're still alive in a fantasy league. You're in the playoffs. You're making the push.
Betina's got a bye week.
Our audience member is. Listen, I was on bye this week as well. But it doesn't look good because Lamar Jackson's my quarterback, and they're playing the Steelers this week, so he'll get 10 fantasy points. I have Jamar Chase as my wide receiver 1. He's going to have Pat Surtain on him. He'll also get 10 points.
We're not playing the Broncos this week. We're playing the Browns. We're playing the Browns. We're playing the Browns.
You're playing the Browns this week?
Yep. Broncos next week.
Well, Jamar Chase will have 30 fantasy points this week.
I need him to.
Maybe 90.
I lost Montgomery.
Isn't Ward going to be on him? They play the Browns usually do play the Bengals receivers pretty well.
I mean,
last time I think they blew him out this year.
Not when Dorian Thompson-Robinson's at
They
quarterback.
are starting Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Over Jameis?
They're benching Jameis,
What?
Yeah. See you later.
They wouldn't bench Deshaun, but they'll bench Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston's not going to pay $60 million a year.
Bro,
yeah,
that's
I mean,
God,
I'm
that's
guessing
God.
it's
Listen.
because
Oh my God,
no, honestly, that's the smartest. No, if you think about it, that's the smartest move because they're basically tanking.
I
Let us
understand.
all have
They're basically
a moment
tanking.
of silence. let us have a moment of silence for Jameis Winston and his career in Cleveland. The short time that it was
Lord,
as
I'm just
entertaining
praying
as
that
all.
you deliver me of these pick sixes.
Lord,
He did.
deliver him of those pick
But
sixes.
just not the picks.
All right.
They're
all right,
delivering
all right.
him to the bench. He can't throw a
Five.
pick on the bench.
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
God works in mysterious ways.
Fucking silence, dude.
Silence for Jameis Winston.
I'll never do a silence for
Silence!
fucking Browns. Fuck the
God,
Browns.
bro.
Fuck the Browns.
Yeah, fuck the Browns.
Fuck the Browns. Fuck James
Yeah, they're such a
Winston.
powerhouse.
Fuck
It's
Cleveland.
about time they finally get beat down.
Fuck your moment of silence, Cleveland.
It's
Fuck
about
you.
time that fucking monster of an organization
Wait.
finally takes an L for once.
It's this, bro.
Nah, fuck that, dude. Just fuck them.
Yeah, they deserve
Their fans
it.
Yeah.
are. Their fans are fucking.
It's just wild to me how that dude Kevin's like, I hope he like, if he's no longer with that organization, he comes out and says like, I had no control over any of the quarterback situation. That was all Andrew Berry.
If Kevin
Because,
Stefanski
bro, at
came
this
out and
point,
said they
how-
held a gun to my head every time I had to make a personnel decision,
Right.
I would believe him.
Well,
would
I
believe
think
him.
though
He's
that
the two-time coach of the year.
Yeah,
he
but-
won't bench Deshaun after the way he was playing.
Okay,
Bro,
guess
it's
who-
just like
guess who's
Baker
gonna be
Mayfield.
back
The
next
only
year?
juice that team had was Jameis Winston.
They lost.
Guess
They
who's
lost
coming back
Chubb
next
last
year?
week. Chubb's got to be done playing football at this point.
He has
And I don't give a
even
fuck
been-
if you hate the fucking Browns or not. Nick Chubb is crazy fucking solid and was a dope running back for a long time.
I'm not hating on Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
got
hate the
to
Browns.
be done. That stinks. That fucking he went down, and maybe that's Stefanski saying like we're benching Jameis because do we not want to win, or is this going to put us in the best position to win? Because I don't think they can honestly say that Jameis is
Well,
the reason they're losing.
Give up
fucking
Miles
games.
Garrett. Give me Miles Garrett.
I don't know if you guys heard, but and I seen this on Twitter, like a lot of people, especially there's a place that the Browns fans go before the games, the pregame is called the Mooney Lot. And bro, it was
Yeah,
damn near empty, and specifically, and they didn't even need to come out and say this. This is just how dumb. Like, you don't have to come out and just randomly offer up this information just to piss people off. They just said, "Yeah, we're gonna give Deshaun Watson a chance to start next year." Why would you even come out and tell people that for no reason?
Listen,
And
at
the
least
fans-
make it a competition,
bro.
though.
People, they said they were, but still, people canceled their season tickets because they're like, bro. We never really liked.
Who's the competition gonna be
some of
with?
them did like him.
They don't fucking want Jameis
But-
there.
I
Apparently,
wanted Deshaun Watson in Seattle. I'll own it. I don't care. I'm glad he didn't go there, but I for sure wanted Deshaun Watson in Seattle. 100%.
Not
See,
for that
it's-
price, bro. I
No.
knew
Everybody
that
wanted
was
that
the way,
Texans
bro.
Deshaun
yeah.
Watson.
Can't do.
I'll stand
can't
on the
do
same
240
adage
guarantee.
about that. Bro, Michael Vick was arguably the best in the game. Michael Vick was, at the time, the closest thing. Obviously, he's better. I think we can agree. But it'd be like Lamar Jackson going to prison for 2 years. And when he came back, he was a fraction of... He was 35th best quarterback.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
this
really what
dude-
it is.
Now,
This
when he was with
dude
the Eagles,
was
that's probably his
not-
2 best years.
This dude was
He was
not...
balling on the Eagles. He was balling on the Eagles.
Bro.
2003 Vic. 2003 Vic
For
was
sure.
crazy.
I
I'm
mean,
saying
he was running around, but as a passer,
2002.
Andy Reid elevated him as a passer
Okay,
big time.
but
Yeah.
but
And,
what I'm
and that
getting
was
at
after he
is
sat a
is
year. He also
Michael
sat a
Vick
year
was
and a half
the
too.
best.
yes. You can't
He
take
also
Deshaun
sat a year and a
Watson
half,
was
yeah.
not the best, and he took 2 years off,
Yeah.
and then a third year, and now a fourth year.
Well, and-
So we can't.
Well,
what are we talking
Think about this, too.
All right,
He's coming off a
we're
surgery.
getting really far off topic. We need to go back to our original topics.
What the fuck was it? I don't even know. Yeah,
I know, but
for sure, for sure.
we're now talking about I
Deshaun
know.
Watson and the demise
Yeah.
of the fucking Cleveland Browns, and I love it.
No, so
I
for
might
it
have started
for it
there.
to be a demise, they would have had to have been relevant at some point. You can't call it a demise.
They were
When were
Baker
they relevant?
Mayfield.
They were in the playoffs, dude.
They were winning.
they
They
were
won a
winning
playoff
games.
game.
That's
They
not
beat
really
the Steelers. They beat the Steelers
They won a
in the
playoff game.
playoffs
That's all
against the Steelers.
A team like that
COVID
winning
year.
a playoff game is insane.
COVID year.
Against the Steelers, though.
All right,
I mean,
can we start with college?
See,
You guys want to start a little bit with college? Get that out the way.
I know me and Gunnar aren't gonna have much to say on that because we don't watch much college. So
But go for it.
Maybe we could do a little more. Because, look, we'll have time to talk college next few weeks. College is taking a break. So why don't we do a little NFL?
Playoffs heating up, baby.
Yeah, the Lions. What do you think?
The Lions aren't gonna make it.
No.
David Montgomery being out.
It's not. It's David Montgomery, but you could say that ice is the cake, but they were fucked up before that. You don't sign Jamal Adams because you're doing good.
I would like to say one thing about the David Montgomery injury. David Montgomery had a season prop bet set at 775.5 yards rushing on the season. He finished the season at 775 yards.
Ugh.
That fucking stinks. Unless you're an underbetter like myself. Then that's a huge dub. Because you're like, I mean, week 10 rolls around, you're like, I'm fucked. This guy is lighting shit up. And then you start passing to him till later. It's like, no, dude, if you're an underbetter and you were like hardcore sweating that out, they weren't offering you a cash out for the last month and a half. You just cashed a thick ticket, dude.
I saw that and I fucking howled.
That's
Who's
crazy.
the
How, bro?
Hey, Steelers fans? How you guys feeling? One game ahead of the Ravens.
One game ahead of the Ravens is the best place to be when you got to play them one more time.
Does this game coming up this week have playoff implications in it?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I mean, placement-wise.
Divisional games, period.
The Steelers' next two games are going to be some real ones.
I will say, I think we're going to be playing Carson Wentz on
Nope.
Christmas.
Patrick Mahomes was a full participant at practice today.
Was he?
He still has to play another game.
He has a high ankle
Patrick
sprain,
Mahomes,
though, so.
guys.
He
That's
also
the
has to
same
play
high ankle sprain that
game
guy
this
has been
weekend.
dealing with.
He won a Super
He's
Bowl with a
also-
high ankle sprain, if I remember.
He's been dealing with that high ankle sprain for the
because
last
ankles
four
are never
fucking
the same.
postseasons, fellas.
Ankle sprain could be worse than a break.
Yeah.
But that's something 100%. Like you can play
They got-
injured like that when you're young. As you start to get older, bro, it doesn't work the same.
I
You're
think-
They
eclectic.
got
He's
some
fine.
miracle
He'll play
drug.
this
week.
They
He'll be fine
got
this
some
week, I'm
fucking
sure. Yeah, we'll
steroid
see.
they throw in his fucking ankle and it's good.
Hey,
They got
look.
a steroid they throw in his ankle and it's good, bro.
What happened with
listen.
TJ Watt?
Listen,
He's good too. He's participating.
my thing is he has to play a game this weekend.
Roll
If he
his
plays a
ankle.
game this weekend and he takes a shot or it looks questionable, I do think that they would take one on a short week against the Steelers if they needed to and sit down Patrick Mahomes. Genuinely.
Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco over on carries.
I'm not saying
Combined.
Pacheco's going
They
to
will
get
run
me
the
to the
ball
championship game of fucking fantasy.
40 fucking
He has to.
times. Mahomes will throw 17 passes and complete 15 of them for like 200 yards max.
Maybe, yeah, tops.
And they'll win. It'll be a fucking 17-10, 17-13 game that they somehow win.
They have one loss this season, bro. It's unreal.
Harrison Butker. Done. I don't know if y'all seen
Yeah,
that.
can't really, I mean,
You're back in the kitchen, Harrison.
no, he's
I was waiting for it.
I don't know.
Somebody said-
Can't really. You know, we're not gonna go crazy, but can't really say enough about how good the Chiefs are at this point. I mean, say what you want about the
They're
refs, but
12-1.
everybody on their team died at least twice this year, and they've lost one game.
Bro, Rasheed Rice almost killed 2 people and then broke his leg, and he's somehow still allowed to play.
Patrick Mahomes broke his leg.
He
That
hasn't
was
played in
the
like 2
punishment.
months, and they still haven't. They've still lost one game.
That
Crazy,
was the
bro.
punishment for Rasheed Rice. Remember, because he didn't get any suspension or anything.
Oh, he's still gonna get hurt probably, but
What's the
man, yeah, the Bills, dude. How about Josh Allen? 14 touchdowns, 1,000 yards over the last 3 games, dude. What the fuck?
He's good at football.
What is he?
best thing that happened to him was losing Stephon Diggs.
And listen, we can all sit here on this
We
podcast
all
and we can
said
say
it.
what we want, but we all
all
said
said
that the
they were
Bills
gonna
was going to be
suck.
shitty.
100%.
Yep.
Oh
We
yeah,
all said
no,
they were
we
gonna
were all
suck.
dead ass wrong.
But I'll pull it back up. I did say that having a superstar quarterback elevates the Bills higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
No, for sure.
Oh.
I just thought my thing wasn't their offense. My thing was the amount they lost on defense and the way that they lost them.
If you look though at the guys they lost, they're not doing very well. And the Bills
Matter of
are
fact,
doing
they
very
just
well.
re-signed Micah Hyde.
Jordan Poyer, Micah
just
Hyde got
re-signed him from
released.
free
They just
agency.
got him back. Like that's what I mean. Like a lot of those
The
dudes,
amount-
Tre'Davious White, like those dudes were already.
Exactly.
Shit.
I'm not saying
Hey,
that
Gregory
they're great.
Rousseau took a crazy jump.
Yes, yes.
You saw it in the
Matt
preseason.
Milano didn't.
Ed
play a
Oliver,
game this
Ed
year.
Oliver's still a dog.
Ask Broderick Jones how good Greg Rousseau got in the fucking offseason.
Yeah.
I will point
Broderick Jones
back
had a
to
big
that
ass brace
moment.
on his arm, on his fucking elbow though. For a
I
tackle,
will
that's yeah.
point back to that moment in the preseason for a lot of telltale signs.
Block of the
For
week
this
goes
upcoming
to
season.
Darnell Washington, man. Block
Bro,
of
yes.
the week. I've never seen nothing like that. It was like
Bro,
the blind
that-
side.
that
A
game
Darius
was
Slade.
7-foot, 300 pounder
Darius
can
Slade.
have a good block.
On a corner.
Darius Slay, you acted just like every corner should. You acted just like every corner would in
I don't
that
know why you don't just
situation.
fall
You
to the
got
ground in
upset.
that
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't just fall to the
Like-
ground, bro. I'm falling to the
Good.
ground. His big ass.
You guys ever seen SpongeBob? Remember what Flats the Flounder tried to punch SpongeBob and it kind of just like,
He was like,
just went into him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
it
still gonna
absorbed
kick your
it.
butt.
That's kind
Bro,
of that was kind that's kind of what fucking Darius Slade throwing a punch.
Darnell was just
at
like
fucking
holding
Darnell
him, and he was just like,
Washington is doing.
bro.
bro, what
The
the fuck?
Steelers
Everybody's
got
looking
flagged.
around.
The Steelers got flagged twice on that play, and the Eagles didn't get one. There
Shout
was
out to
some.
Mike Tomlin. Shout out to Mike Tomlin for doing what I've always wanted to do.
Did you hear?
Tell
You
the
see what he
rest of
said?
the quote,
face.
He
"Get the
said,
fuck
"Get
out
the
of my
fuck
face.
out of here." Yeah. He said, "Get the fuck away
Fuck
from
out
me."
my face."
Yeah, some shit, fuck out my face. Yeah, like, bro, that shit was crazy. Like that wasn't the
40
reason
bands.
that the
It cost
Steelers.
them 40 bands.
That wasn't the reason the Steelers
39
lost the
grand.
game, but that
Somebody will get
the
a
officiating
GoFundMe.
was so bad. Man,
Yeah, I
per
wanna
usual, and
kinda get into
everybody's
that.
dealing
How-
with it.
How is the college
It's
officiating?
not. I
scene?
don't think it is.
It's
It
not.
seems to me to be a
It's
little
not,
bit
bro.
better.
College is just so high scoring that like that gets your
It's
attention
not.
more. And, like it's the college officiating isn't
But
better.
the
It's
NFL
You
all
won't
bad.
be.
it's
You won't find.
unwatchable.
You won't
It's
find two
unwatchable.
conferences. You won't find two conferences that can tell you what targeting is.
It's unwatchable, dude. All I'm
That
gonna
will give
say
you the
is
same
when you
definition.
when you watch a primetime game and it's a flag every 2 plays, it's like if I was a new football watcher, I'd be like, why the fuck would I watch this
Well,
shit?
and not only that, but they miss obvious flags and then call
Yes.
ticky tack flags. So
Bro,
it's like
Joe Burrow had a direct
Damn.
hands to the face on 3rd down. Hands to the face. His helmet is sideways
yeah.
to the quarterback. This is the 2nd time this season not called. How the fuck do
It's
you
funny
miss
you
that?
say it because
It's
I
the
don't know if you
quarterback.
saw this,
Oh, bro,
but Jalen
bro.
Carter smacked Connor Hayward
Yes.
in the middle of the punt before the punt was even up. The refs give us a first down because it was a penalty, and then they come back on the field and they go, "Oh no, it happened after the play. So actually, it's
No, it
Eagles
happened
ball."
after the kick.
It happened after the kick, right? And you literally see the ball is right. It's like, bro, how is there not somebody? I'm at home. Just call me. I'll do it. Call me. I can tell you, nah, he didn't kick it.
You know
yet.
what
I'm
I will
literally
say?
looking at it right now. You
Right.
literally could have
You know
a
what I
guy
will say?
watching. Go ahead.
Soccer does a great job, like the MLS and all that. They
UFL
have,
does.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
They have-
UFL figured this shit out. UFL and XFL had this shit
No.
figured out right away. They were like, "Listen,
But
you
they
can
have
challenge
VAR.
a call, you can challenge a no call. They'll take you up into the booth with Dean Blandino. He'll literally walk you through it. He'll say that wasn't a fucking good penalty. We're gonna pull the flag. They're gonna keep their fucking challenge and then keep it moving. They'll make shit go away in real time. It's like, dude, the refs are still humans. 2 eyes are always gonna be worse than a fucking million. But if a million eyes
okay, but you
clearly
just make
see,
a call. Just make a call, like just like a coach does to see if they should challenge a play. They'll make a call to a box. Somebody rewatch that play, and they're like, "Yeah, fucking challenge that because that wasn't." You know what I'm saying? If the refs could just VAR it, rewatch it, send it up to somebody upstairs, have them watch it, confirm it with them. Like, I don't get it.
it's the best thing the UFL has. It's probably the 5th time I've said
Bro,
it this
this
NFL
is-
season. Like they just have to adopt it at this point. If you're cool with adopting the kicking rules, that means you're at least open minded to this shit. Gotta be fucking open minded to this, dude.
The thing about it for me is you're saying like send it back and say, oh, you know, watch this. No, dude, no. The NFL has way too much of our money. They should just have somebody with, like, the audio turned off. They don't know, but, like, oh, that's a penalty. So, like, I don't know, it's a 15-second delay. So that then when there is a question, it's like, okay, well, that guy already watched it and said it was a penalty. So, hey, question on this play, do you have this penalty? Oh, you do? Okay, boom. None of this wasted time.
Dude, instead of after the penalty,
you know what I mean?
gets
Like,
called,
they're just watching it a 30-second or 45-second delay, making the call.
But you look
themselves.
at every sport. You look at every sport. The only fucking league that's lagging behind is the NFL. The MLB upgraded their review systems.
Yes.
Soccer has VAR. Boxing and UFC, whatever. You know that shit's always gonna
bro,
be.
you know what the worst
whatever,
part is to me too is like everybody hearing like Dunbar what he's just saying right now is like just looking at it and if you were running like a cheaper organization and you were trying to save $1, like this is $1 billion organization, they should technically have like 6 fucking guys for every single game in one fucking place, like just
in his hat, and a second referee could be watching the game through that camera saying, oh, I just saw a holding, I got a flag here. If they don't call it in the game.
See, now that would be, I think, like, I wouldn't
even
care, though, if they said, we're not doing pass interference, we're not doing holding, but, like, bro.
Or we're not watching it from the ref's point of view, we're watching it from the all-22, something that the ref could have never fucking seen because of the angle.
Bro,
I would understand.
these illegal formation
what I'm
things,
saying is you could literally have somebody watch the same thing that the ref is watching. You could make him wear glasses with fucking camera on him so we could see what the ref fucking sees, and even that you would notice mistakes.
Isn't it kind of weird, though, that they literally have, like, the fucking
they have
former
pylon cameras.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but the former head of officiating
works for Fox.
will come in right after the refs get it wrong and be like, yeah, I don't know what they were doing there.
Gene Steratore.
Why don't they just ask Gene then, bro?
Yeah.
He just told us. Like, he's right here.
That's what the UFL did. They had a Gene Steratore. They
His
had
name
Dean
was
Blandino, literally.
Yes,
They were like, Dean, what just happened here? And he's like, okay, well, the ref or the fucking coach threw the challenge flag because he saw pass interference. The refs didn't fucking see it. They replayed it. He was like, no, that clear. Dean Blandino says he's going to win this challenge because there was fucking pass interference. And then it goes back to the field, and it's like, there was pass interference, this is where the ball goes now, and then keep it moving. And nobody has questions to ask, because it's like, no, we all just clearly saw what happened. The coach was right to throw it. Dean explained what fucking happened in real time, and nobody was like, I'm turning this shit off, I don't care about these penalties. Right. It's like, no, this is crazy important to this fucking game.
Listen, Dean Blandino...
You're not losing viewers.
Dean Blandino is the head of officiating, and when the challenge flag gets thrown, he then... You hear the fucking conversation between him and the white hat, as the fucking people, like, you know, giving the you hear it in live, like what they're seeing, what they're saying. So that's what I think they need to do.
Well, you have to think it's a crazy ass system, bro.
We
You're
just
thinking about like the way how fast football is to even expect humans to be able to, and it's the NFL's fault that the refs get. You know, I'm surprised the ref hasn't got, like, assassinated or something. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that they haven't got Luigi'd. Like, honestly, like, I don't wish that, and I don't think that should ever happen. I'm just saying that, you know, I'm surprised that hasn't happened, dude. Somebody hasn't lost a bet or something and been like, dude.
Bro, a president hasn't been assassinated in so long. They're not going to assassinate refs.
I feel like it would be easier.
It'd be easier, though.
It'd be way easier, yeah.
Dude,
I will say this: if something were to happen to Bill Levy, maybe somebody knocks on my door, and I say, "Oh, I don't know how that. You know, I was here. I have alibis and cameras and stuff, so I'm good." But what happened to Bill? Why? How did it happen?
Somebody. If Scott Frost goes missing, is Avery gonna have a phone call or two?
Scott Foster?
Foster.
Nah. I don't have enough beef with Scott Foster. I have enough beef with local.
What's the statistic?
I have enough beef.
Is it the Lakers or
Chris Paul?
The Celtics?
No, it's the Chris Paul.
Celtics at home or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was Celtics at home. Chris Paul in the playoffs. There's a couple of Scott Foster-isms that are floating about.
Man. Yikes.
You'll hear more about them towards the end of the year.
Yeah, they tend to surface at the end of the NBA season for sure.
Yeah, when it
So to
matters.
sum it up, officiating in the NFL sucks. Officiating in college sucks. Basically, football
Yeah.
needs to.
We've covered that like 4 times here.
Crazy.
in the
Bro,
last,
but I
you know,
think it's
football season.
everybody. Go watch your favorite sports show. Pat McAfee's talking about it. You're everybody's goat. He's talking about it. I mean,
Bro,
it's obvious.
It is, and it's nothing's gonna change until it comes out that the fucking officials are betting on games.
No, nothing's going to change
What?
until people keep talking about it, keep bringing it up over and over and over again, just like everything else. It's the same thing. The
Nothing's
MLB
gonna
went.
change
The
until
MLB went through the same thing.
the same thing happened in the NBA, and then when Tim Donaghy got fucking flipped, shit got changed too.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that happened.
Avery,
Question- oh, go
I
ahead.
have to
Just
say this
saying.
because it is hilarious, and I hope you find it as funny as I find it. The Panthers
Go.
were favored for the first time in 34 games, and
2
they
years.
lost.
Yep.
Was
That's
it
right.
too soon to be favored?
Of course.
Bryce
course.
Young could hang on to the
34
fucking...
games, dude. I loved the Panthers. Just loved them. I was like, this is a fucking.
Who'd they
I
play?
took them.
They played the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys.
That's right.
I took them.
Cowboys
I
just
took 'em.
fucking it up every week. God, I mean, just wow.
Hey,
Can't even
Hey.
lose correctly.
Hey, their defense
Hey.
is fire though.
Unbelievable.
shout out to Tim Hess. Shout out to Tim Hess. You won the Travis Hunter Bowl, as we were calling it. Congrats.
You see, GMs are viewing him as a corner.
They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman as
But
a
I
wide
heard Jay
receiver and
Glazer
corner.
also say that of the 13 GMs that he talked to, they all said
Yeah.
that they would have packages for him on offense.
There's some stinky games this week, dude.
But he's a corner.
Stinky.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Stinky games this week. I'm trying to find a bet of the week. There are some dumpy games this week.
Honestly, I think the Chargers over the Broncos. I think Bo Nix has been playing pretty shitty the last few weeks. If you watch that game,
Yeah.
if you watch
Yeah,
that game,
you
How
haven't
about
seen
Nick
the
Bonito
Chargers
getting
Right,
a
yeah.
fucking
pick six. No,
yeah, he
bro.
got a pick six, and then he got a fucking flag, and the ref called the flag immediately, and he paid homage to Marshawn Lynch. He jumped up in the air and grabbed his nuts, and as soon as his hand, you can watch it, like you can watch a video of it happening. As soon as his hand, he was fine
Yeah.
right here, but as soon as it grabbed
Called
this general
an
region,
inappropriate gesture.
the flag fucking came out, and it was 15 fucking yards. Like, come on now, dude. What are we
Nick
doing?
Bonito fell
inappropriate
to the
gesture.
64th pick.
What you mean?
Nick Bonito's been playing his dick off too. Huge
He
respect.
fell to
to
the
Nick
second
Bonito.
round, bro. He fell to
Oh.
the end of the second round, beginning of third.
All seriousness, though, the Chargers' defense, for being a top 5 defense, has played like shit the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, everybody has fucking tape. It's the end of the season.
Baker
The Bengals
Mayfield.
offense exposed their little defense, boy.
Baker
There's a couple
Mayfield.
offenses exposed in their defense.
It's just they hadn't allowed like more than 20-something points forever.
Well, and part of that you have to realize too is Harbaugh keeps the ball on the ground as long as he fucking can, and he'll milk the clock in the fucking second quarter of the game. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't really have Herbert fucking slinging it down the field. I mean, he does, but not super fucking often. Most of it's like underneath passes, plays super fucking conservative.
Lad McConkey,
Keeps guys
dude.
in bounds. Like, he keeps his offense on the field as long as he can. So, obviously, if your defense is barely on the fucking field, they're not going to let up that many points, you know? It's not like their defense is, like, star-studded in L.A. It's not. Like
Westwell
pound
for
for
the
pound,
second.
it's
They got
there's
Westwell
not
for
that
the
much
second out
talent
there.
on
Khalil
LA's
Mack still
defense.
there?
Yeah. I mean, you have a fucking 40-year-old Khalil Mack, 40-year-old Joey Bosa, you know. Derwin James is obviously fucking phenomenal, but, like...
That's the one.
Oh, you put in a whole Joan. Are the Lions... Oh, no, you did an alternate split.
Yeah. But that wasn't too bad. At minus 225 or something like that. What
I
don't
think-
you like?
I
What don't you
think-
like on there?
I think the Texans stink.
All right, y'all want to know what I put?
I think the Texans are complete
Yes,
frauds.
but-
I think that if they make the playoffs, they're the
But they
worst
have a great
AFC team in the playoffs.
but they have a great pass rush against them, and every game with the Chiefs goes down to the wire, so 5.5 points.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's not crazy, especially if Wentz plays. But I don't think Wentz is playing. I don't think Pat Mahomes is gonna miss a game. I really don't.
If he does,
They're
he'd be
12-1, bro. He'd be smart to sit the fuck down.
He won't. He just won't miss a fucking game. Like the Cardinals and the Panthers. Avery, who wins that game? Who wins that game and why? The Cardinals are playing
I
the
didn't
Panthers
pick
in
anything.
Carolina this week.
Give me the Cardinals.
I mean, I don't know. I
Arizona
mean,
Cardinals.
I probably would say
The
the
reason-
Cardinals, but
The Arizona Cardinals, only reason being
Is
James
Kyler
Conner is going to have 130 fucking yards.
Probably.
Is Kyler playing, though?
James Conner is going to literally run the ball.
I don't know if
down
we
their
ever gave
fucking
him
throat.
respect either. He's from Erie, and he got
Yeah.
another contract extension, dude. He's doing things that most running backs cannot fucking do.
yeah, 30 years old too. Like
It's
that's
his
Crazy.
fourth
He
contract,
got
right?
another
I would say,
fucking
man,
extension.
you know,
dude. He
the-
is very
the-
good.
That's why I think a lot of the running backs that rely on straight speed, they really struggle as they get older. But
Yeah.
those
Yeah, you
power
have
backs,
to.
Because you
bro,
lose a step. Like James
Yes.
literally runs the same way right now that he did in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
But it's
it
not
really
even.
is.
It's not even that you lose a step.
No, you
it's
lose, like, a
it's
quick
your
twitch.
body. It's your body. Like,
Yeah.
bro, those guys that rely solely on speed aren't exactly relying solely on speed with a whole bunch of body mass.
Well, also, there's a difference
like,
between taking it and giving
Here's the
it.
game.
Yeah.
Pause. Because even that way, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Niners and
So
Dolphins.
it was gay for me to drink water, but this dude can take it and receive it all day, huh?
No,
What are we
give
doing
and
out here?
take.
What
It's a
kind of
give and
podcast
take.
we
You would
running?
take.
The
give
problem
and take.
is you weren't drinking the water. You was receiving the water, my friend.
Whoa.
Oh, here's
He was
one.
taking and receiving.
Yo, Gunner got in the screen.
What kind of podcast we running here, dude?
What kind of?
I found
What
it.
do we do?
My bet of the
Thank
week is
God.
the Buccaneers
Thank
minus
God.
3.5 against the Dallas Cowboys Sunday Night Football. They're gonna fuck
But
them up.
dude, but
They're going to fuck them up.
probably. But the Cowboys have been randomly
3.5
playing
is
more
crazy.
passionate lately.
I will
That
say
won't matter,
Micah
bro.
Parsons versus that Buccaneers
Baker
offensive
Mayfield
line
is so
without
lame.
Tristan Wirfs.
He is, but he'll have a game out of nowhere where he just throws like 3 interceptions in the first half and they're down 21 or something.
Listen, you know what's awesome about playing the Cowboys though? You can throw 3 interceptions and still beat them by 14.
It's probably true.
That's very true. Very true.
But they've been
Especially
playing a lot
in
better
Dallas.
lately.
They are a
they've been
bad
playing.
team.
Unless your name
hey,
is Sam Howell.
They played the Panthers.
Unless your
last
name
week.
is
Bro,
Sam
even before
Howell.
that, the Bengals game, they probably would have.
You know what's-
They
you
should
know
have
what's-
won.
No, the
Hey,
Bengals
listen.
game was clear evidence that the Bengals defense is so fucking bad. It is unfathomably bad. It's hard to
Hey,
watch.
we played a good game this week,
Hey,
dude.
but
with
listen.
3 picks.
And they still. But regardless.
Still what? Dunbar still what? It was 31-20. Or some shit.
I thought it was more than that, to be honest.
Oh, that's right. They scored a last-second touchdown in the
20.
final, like 0 seconds.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout-out to Chris Canty
What I,
for him saying that Joe Burrow's best days are behind him at the beginning of the season.
he's-
I just
That's-
remembered that.
Oh, he said that
Hard
because of
take.
injuries though, because of the wrist. So I mean, but that's still
Right, but I'm just shouting him out because his best days were
yeah.
obviously behind him.
He says some
and-
real dumb shit, bro. He says some real dumb shit. He's one
Yeah,
of those
bro.
dudes that'll
Look,
be like
he's-
fraud after one loss or something.
he
It's
probably picked the Steelers to lose the division too, huh?
Vegas,
like,
dude.
they all
All due
picked
respect.
that. They all picked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all could have been some real
that's,
fucking homers and just bet the Steelers to win the division preseason.
I said
Coulda
that.
got 40
I
to
said
1.
that, bro. One of the pauses, I'm just like, bro, it's the
It
easiest.
was the
bet
same
ever.
odds as Travis Hunter to win Heisman before the season started.
Yeah.
Or you could have parlayed the Steelers to win the division and Travis Hunter to win Heisman, and you would have got 1,000 to 1 odds.
This guy's a real better man. He's talking about could-haves.
I'm a real loser. I know that.
All right, so this is something that you don't even have to watch college football to understand the implications and how strange it is. The fucking transfer portal and the way that it opens. Is this not
The way that it opens and
wild
closes,
work?
like it closed 2 days ago.
Yeah,
it was
and
open
then it's
3
just
days
open
before that.
and closed. And,
Yeah.
bro. Why? All right,
I
if we're
understand.
doing
I didn't even know that's what happens.
yes,
Yeah.
bro. All right, so we're doing it like the pros, right? Why is it that there's trade deadlines and free agency windows and they're not just periodically throughout all 12 of the months of the year and You know, I'm just saying it. You know, you saw it. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense. It's not conducive to player success, in my genuine opinion. It's not putting these kids in a position where they could be and get the most out of all of their situations.
Oh, that's for sure.
But it also kind of puts them like in charge of themselves, though. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, dude, I heard somebody's hitting the
I'm not saying it's
about
necessarily the
like
right
$4
answer.
million.
Right?
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. What'd you say, Gunner?
I heard somebody's hitting the transfer portal and getting $4 million. I don't know his
Probably.
name though.
yeah.
Wide receiver from somewhere.
Did you guys hear about?
Bro, but imagine $4 million in college.
How much do you think
I
Otis
would've
got
died.
getting transferring from fucking Ohio State to Colorado? How much do you think he got?
Bro, I would
He's
be
the
dead
fifth
if
best
I would
player
have
in the
received that
fucking
much
portal.
money.
Otis, he's a
Did you
right
guys
guard.
hear about the guy in Florida, the defensive line guy?
You see that one
He
dude? Hold on.
went to his coach and basically said
Oh,
he
yeah.
needs to play. Like
I said that in
has
the
to,
chat.
like-
He wanted all third downs. He wanted to be on the field on every third down, pretty much, or like 90% plus. He wanted a $45K a month. Was guaranteed to be in the rotation at least as like I don't know, just some It's crazy. I was also gonna say, and
then if the coach says go fuck yourself, he's like, all right, see ya.
well,
Then he gets to just go in the portal the next day.
yo, some of the voters too for
There's
the
a coach
Heisman,
somewhere
bro.
who will meet those demands.
Did you see the one voter that he had? I think it was he had Janty 2. I can't remember who he had 1, and then he had Cam Scatterbro like 3. Didn't even have Travis in his top 5. Bro, unreal, bro. Like
That happens every year.
All right, he might not be the number 1 receiver in
Bro,
the
the fact
NFL
he didn't have him
today,
2 or 3
but
though
he
in a
was
Heisman.
definitely the number 2 or 3 cat coming out of college right now. Go ahead, Avery.
While we're on the subject of NIL transfer portal, I would like to shine a spotlight on one player in particular. His name is Micah Hudson. He is a former 5-star wide receiver from Texas Tech who entered the portal recently. He has demands, apparently. And his demands are listed out on social media. A $700,000 minimum wire up front for a 1-year deal to sign immediately. A separate NIL deal for 3 cars for family members to sign immediately. A personal driver with a Cadillac SUV for Micah from spring practice through the end of season. A family hotel and travel arrangements paid each game with up to 10 members to have travel tickets and costs paid for.
Is this real?
Dog.
And medical
Hang on, let him
injury
finish. Go
time.
on.
Medical injury time off and playing after injury determined only by Micah and his family.
Welcome to the University of Oregon, brother. Hey, welcome to the Ducks, baby. Welcome to the Ducks. Come on home.
My question is like, what happens when you just suck?
Right. Well,
I mean,
What happens when a
he
kid
didn't
drops
suck.
out and then the school
He-
sues them and it's the messiest thing in the world or something? Or when a kid
We're just
like,
gonna figure that
There's
one
gonna
out
be-
as it comes.
like,
dude. We'll
bro,
cross that
imagine,
bridge when we get there.
imagine, bro,
That's
a
the
kid.
whole
Well, no,
thing.
hold
We're
on.
just there. That's all they're doing. There's no regulation. So
Bro.
all the possible problems with this, fuck it. We'll just figure it out as it comes.
Exactly, because
We gotta
bro,
learn somehow.
imagine you're a kid and you get promised everything you're saying, and you take this them to court like my fucking
UNLV is
my driver didn't show up 3 days a week.
Bro, UNLV,
I didn't get
hold
third
on,
down
time out.
rotational reps, so I'm in court.
Bro, UNLV.
It was in my contract.
Bro, UNLV. The quarterback was supposed to get like, bro,
Yes.
it wasn't even a lot. It
And
was
he
like
walked
10
out,
grand.
100,000.
Okay, 100,000.
still, but here's
this
my
dude
thing.
wants 700
Yeah.
today.
You'll get it.
I don't blame the kid though
Immediate.
for I don't blame the
Immediate.
kid for not playing when he didn't get his 100K because
No, I
when
don't.
you
I would-
when you
either.
get promised
I
that
would-
money you start
And you show
planning
up,
around it.
that's what I'm saying.
I would also like to shout out Bear Alexander, who is another transfer portal entry, who on his Penn State visit had a Penn State uniform on, flexing his right bicep, which expressed his Georgia tattoo, which was then posted on his Twitter page that has a USC profile picture.
He's
So-
riffraff. Fuck it. Wherever the bag is. Wherever the bag's at.
MTV,
Yeah.
BET, History Channel, Riff Raff don't give
Wherever
a
the
fuck.
bag's at. But they're just gonna
just
figure everything
saying,
out the
you
hard
guys.
way. Fuck it. It's completely
I'm
it's the
just
Wild
saying,
West, dude.
bro.
Everybody's just gonna figure shit out the hard way.
Bro.
It really is the Wild West.
There's
It's not
some
gonna-
teams that clearly have some kind of shit ironed out. I promise you, Bill Belichick didn't take a job at fucking UNC because
Oh,
like
I
there
heard
was
that-
questions. It's him
No,
and Michael
I heard
McCarthy.
that
They know what the fuck they're doing.
Promise you that
Did you
you're
see
gonna
his
go
first
get Quinn
signing?
Ewers.
Yeah.
Did you see his
Promise
first
you they're
signing
gonna
was
get Quinn
vintage.
Ewers.
His first signing was a white guard, dude. Vintage. Vintage Bill Belichick. Come on home, dude. We're gonna kick shit off right.
His
Hey.
actual first signing was actually Bryce Baker, the 4-star quarterback.
Yeah, that's the one that he announced
pretty
at
sure
the
he's from
fucking
Hillside.
basketball game. Gave
Wait,
him a
but
whole
did you
slow
get? I
ball.
heard that he's trying to get one of the Texas quarterbacks, whichever one is gonna be available.
I wish.
He's gonna get Quinn. Arch Manning's not leaving that fucking school.
I don't
Arch
think
Manning
so.
is
They
about
put
to be
too much
God
in,
in
yeah.
Texas. Arch Manning is
I
about to
will
be the
say,
closest
if
thing to
there's-
Jesus
Neither of them
Christ.
should go to UNC
Yeah,
because UNC's a couple years away from
Quinn
relevancy.
Ewers shouldn't
in
be
reality.
playing in college next year, but
He's-
that's
Quinn
just a
Quinn
not
Ewers
bad.
is about to
Bro,
go.
I
be-
never liked
Quinn-
this dude. When I turned on Adonai Mitchell's tape last year, bro, because I
didn't
love
look
that
great.
kid, bro, there was so many yards him and Xavier Worthy had that were left out there by this dude. Sorry, Avery.
Bro, Quinn Ewers is about to be the guy that shows everybody what Bill Belichick is going to attack and what he's gonna try to do at UNC.
Oh, listen, this is what I'll say.
He's gonna take the guys. He's gonna take the guys whose stock is doing this, or it's not going up. It's kind of plateaued and leveled out,
About high level
and-
players.
and unlock the hidden potential.
Right.
That's
But-
what his selling point is going to be.
So you know who
I'll
I
tell
like
you this.
is that
I'll tell you
Drew
this.
Allar.
I'll tell you this. The same reason that I think Bill Belichick could have shown up in Dallas as soon as their season's over in, 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, it was over 2 months ago, but yeah.
Right, but he could show up in Dallas in a month, and with what they have currently, they could go win a Super Bowl. Bill Belichick's problem was developing quarterbacks. Well, newsflash, in college and the way it's set up, like I said before, Bill Belichick will be successful in this situation because every year he could develop the entire defense. He could develop every other position. Go sign a wide receiver. Go sign a quarterback.
How can he
Because-
develop a quarterback? How can Bill Belichick not develop a quarterback?
Bro, I'm looking at everybody other than Tom Brady.
Well, I don't know if it was that he couldn't develop a
Tom
quarterback.
Brady was
I think it was
Tom
more
Brady
that,
was an anomaly.
Well, I know. I
That's
think
all I'm
Yeah,
getting
but-
at.
no, I think it
He
was
had
more
more
just
quarterbacks than Tom Brady.
hold on. Here's the thing, though. The last Pro Bowler on offense, even Pro Bowler or All Pro that the
Ooh.
Patriots had drafted was Rob Gronkowski when Bill Belichick retired. That's how bad his drafting was towards the end.
What I'm-
He
Jones.
couldn't draft anybody, and he was starting
Well-
to take bad chances. But the
Mac
quarterback
Jones,
thing,
Pro Bowl.
What?
Mac Jones, Pro Bowl.
Bro, Pro Bowl's a popularity contest.
No, that's why I said I couldn't remember if it was Pro Bowl or All Pro.
I say Tyler
Like,
Huntley
with
was
all
in the
due
Pro Bowl.
respect, I'm not
That
saying
was the
yeah,
last
but-
one.
I'm not knocking Bill Belichick's a goat, bro. He's up there with the best of them.
Plus, I'm pretty
But
sure
what I'm
Mac
saying
Jones is a Pro
is
Bowl
what
alternate. So I don't know
is
if that
using
counts.
Bill Belichick to his strengths, he could go to Dallas and be successful. Just like he could be successful for probably some time in college. I think part of it, what you're seeing here, one thing will be interesting to watch is Auburn in the next 2 years, either next year or the year after, because there's a big talk about how they have a massive pool of money, and essentially they're trying to keep a core group of kids through freshman and sophomore year, and then go dump the bread for that junior and senior year, and go get a bunch of guys out of the portal. So I don't know how it'll
That's
work.
why Billy Napier is not fired at Florida this year.
Right.
Is because he recruited what people are calling the best classes since Urban Meyer's been there, the most talented, team since Urban Meyer's been there.
But again,
So
I don't
That's
know.
a bold fucking statement, dude. That team was pretty goddamn good.
Since, though.
no, I'm saying since then.
Yeah.
Since then,
Mike Vrabel's gonna
They
be the
can't
head
do
coach
it.
at
Sit
Ohio
Back
State.
up on that team.
Mike Vrabel won't be the head coach of any college football team.
No.
He's gonna be the head coach of Ohio. He's taking Ryan Day's job.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'll buy that before any of the other jobs.
I'll bet
He
he's
won't
going
be.
to.
He won't be in a college football.
Ohio
job.
State wants him. They want him to take that job. I don't think he will.
I guess I don't know.
I can see why they want him to. I don't know if
interesting.
Ryan Day fucking wins this weekend.
You saw Mike Vick got interviewed for the Hoosiers job or something like that?
Mike Vick.
He's
now
a
the head
Sacramento
coach at
State.
Norfolk
head coach.
State.
They signed him today.
Norfolk State University hired him today.
Who was it?
Buda Baker just got a fat contract.
Norfolk State.
Oh, that's a Virginia
Oh,
college. I know Norfolk area for sure, yeah.
It's a school that East Carolina University has played 2 times in the last 3 years, I would
Good,
say.
man. Mike
Buda
is a
Baker
good
just
coach,
got
man.
$54 million.
You know, if you could
3
train a
years,
dog, you
54.
could, I mean, if you could play football, you can.
No, I don't know. I just think,
Mike Vick interviewed for the Sacramento State job. He's had like 3 interviews.
I love Mike.
It's like 2 weeks.
I just
from what
think
I've seen.
my biggest thing, back kind of the
No,
original
I'm sorry.
point
I was
here,
Avery. Sacramento State is in discussions to hire him as head coach.
Okay.
That's my bad.
He should get it.
Listen,
I saw Norfolk.
the biggest
Norfolk
thing
State
here
did
is
hire him.
I think there's been some talk about how like
That's what should happen to Jeff Saturday, man. Last year, he shouldn't have got the fucking immediately just get the Colts job. Like he should have went to college if he really wanted to coach, which clearly
I don't think he was big into it. I think he was.
I don't think he was
ahead.
either because now he's back at ESPN. If he
Yeah.
really wanted to, he would have been like, you know what?
Sacramento State, they're moving up to FBS. They're building a new stadium. They have over $50 million in NIL, and they want Mike Vick to be their head coach.
Well, Bleacher Report reported at 6:01 that Mike Vick was hired at Norfolk State.
Yeah, he just got a job.
So
Yeah,
All
dude,
right.
get your shit together, dude.
So
Are you on Twitter?
my biggest thing to this whole thing is just the development of players.
not Elon Musk
Isn't
internet.
the setup of college football, NIL, transfer portal stuff is not conducive to players' success and their ability. Their ability to grow and develop as football players, as people, as students, any of that.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the Wild West, and it's a shame.
You are about to see college basketball become very similar to an NBA structure,
Oh
just like
my
you're
God,
about to
that's
see
gonna
college
be
football.
so
You're going to
bad.
see college football turn just into the NFL structure.
You know, it's
Fucking-
funny.
College players already. got
There's
people
revenue,
in, basketball players.
revenue sharing is introduced next year. You're going to see somebody become a college football commissioner. You have to have the players become a union. The players have to become a union
Bro, I think one
Just
thing would
because-
be interesting.
to implement any type of rules.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Them dudes with money, bro, are gonna try to do some funky ass shit, bro. If they don't,
Bro, listen. This is what I'll say. I think that also with some of that too, you'll see like
And I was saying structure wise, not play wise. Also,
we all want more
like,
teams in the playoffs.
as far as like how
I think
the system structured.
I think it should
Not
be.
like, you know,
I think it should be
gameplay.
top 8 seeds were the conference champions, and instead of having more national rounds, they should have a semifinal and a final conference round. You know, and
Bro,
then top 4 seeds
I
are
saw-
the champions. The top 8 seeds are the teams that played the champions, and then we could figure out maybe, the rest of the 12 that make it. But I just think it would be more interesting to break it down that way rather than make a more national playoff, because all a more national playoff does is kind of what they tried to avoid in the sense of making it always
It becomes
the
a
same
regional.
teams.
It's a regionalism thing. It becomes a regional thing. You have a team from
Right.
the South versus a team from the West, a team from the Midwest versus a team from the East, and it's a sectionalized thing at that point. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a national thing.
Right.
It becomes one team represent 1 to 2 teams from here,
Yes.
or 1 to 2 teams from each little spot.
Right.
And at that point, you're just getting the same 8 to 10 teams like you were in the BCS. You know what I mean?
But that's why I
Like,
think. But that's why I think
it's
if you
too
have,
much parity.
if you
It
have,
waters it down.
if you have a semifinal and a final in all of the conferences, you might not have that. You have the chance of there being a team that makes it to that conference championship that maybe shouldn't have and is a top 8 seed now, rather than banking on, I don't know, just an idea.
You got to have this like structured out, man.
Okay.
That's all.
Right. Yeah, but I'm saying the 1 and the 4 seed in the Big Ten.
Bring it to me structured out. That's all.
Right.
I mean, I see where you're going with it, but you know, you can't have every conference represented. Nobody's gonna want to watch the fucking Sun Belt team versus the fucking Big Ten. Right? We saw what happened when Marshall. We saw what happened when Marshall played Ohio State. Guys, like
I would like to see
Charles
that.
Hull.
Yeah,
I'm sure
no,
you would, Josh. Josh got the cupcake schedule next year from the Big Ten. You went 14-0, 13-0 this year, so they had to make sure you went back to back with it, right?
To go back to back, it means you won it the first time, so sounds good. Sounds good.
Back to back conference, bro. Back to back conference.
Oh,
Won the conference.
We'll see. We got a couple weeks.
Where would you rank your Oregon fandom versus your Seahawks fandom? Your Seahawks fandom is higher, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not a fair question, but yeah, it is.
Did I fuck you up there?
No.
Okay.
Because because of the emotions that the Seahawks have put me through,
Yeah.
both
I'm
good
about
and
to
bad,
say-
for my whole life, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but the ridicule that I took for being a Seahawks fan in like 4th grade, dude, and since 4th grade.
Why?
You
Because
know
they
what
went
I mean?
to that Super Bowl.
Oh no, that was
They were like,
that was
a little
even
bandwagon boy.
That was even a little later than that. No. I was, buddy. I don't even want to
No,
talk about it.
that
I've been surrounded by Pittsburgh Steelers fans for my entire life. Okay,
Damn,
Super Bowl
dude.
XL was not fun for me,
Damn.
and I was never the shit talker either. But I ended up becoming a shit
Me
talker.
either.
So it must have been a good day when fucking
Yeah,
Russ
yeah,
had 5
alright.
touchdowns on us in
Alright.
Pittsburgh. I think it was in Seattle actually. Ben and him went fucking back to back. Marcus Wheaton had like 200 yards
Yeah.
on the Legion of Boom.
Seahawks and Steelers always have pretty good games.
Yeah, they did. Russ used to.
I don't
always
think they
fuck us
fucking
up.
would right now. But yeah, no, I love the Ducks though. I love the Ducks. I didn't really start paying attention to college football until probably honestly 7th, 8th grade. You know, I paid attention to the NFL for longer.
I was gonna ask you, how did the Michael Dyer run?
What'd you say?
I was gonna ask you how the Michael Dyer run made you feel.
It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
Corey Pleasant. I thought
Yeah.
it was a sure tackle. Corey Pleasant, sure tackle, 22, great player, underrated safety for the Eagles
Yeah.
for a couple years in NFL.
No, Oregon's been. I don't know. I think we're creeping up on. My bias aside, I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, there's a real chance that Dylan Gabriel is going to be the best NFL quarterback in this draft. I swear to God, it's not. I'm completely bias aside. I'm not kidding. Whoever gets him,
Steelers 3rd round.
they will steal that fucking kid. Whoever gets him, they will steal that fucking kid.
He's a dog. I don't think he's.
He doesn't make fucking mistakes, dude.
How old is he?
I don't think he has a
little older.
big enough
25.
arm.
Ooh.
I don't think he has a big enough arm down the field type wise.
I'll send you some videos
hold
after
on.
this.
I wanted to ask, and any of y'all could chime in too. I don't know about college ball, but what do you?
What are you talking about? You've seen him. You've watched him play the whole time. You know he has a fucking arm. You know he has an arm.
Riley Leonard.
What about him?
What do you think about him as a late round pick, NFL?
He could transition if he develops, if they let him sit. Stays healthy.
As a project.
Yeah, he's smart enough. But yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta view him as
Yeah.
a project.
He has a talent,
He's
right?
he's not a starter,
franchise
bro.
team saver.
I ain't gonna say talent either. I think it's more.
He's
more
another guy that
stupidity
doesn't make.
and-
He
and
really doesn't
heart,
make
bro.
mistakes. He really doesn't
He don't
make
make mistakes, and he puts all his shit out there too.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it is with him. Like he garners respect from his teammates. So
Okay.
Scouting college
'Cause
quarterbacks,
he does the
the
same-
only
he
thing,
does
and
the-
I'm not a fucking scout, dude, but the thing that I pay attention to the most and I think translates the best into the league is the quarterbacks in college who make the fewest mistakes. Fewest mistakes, man. You know, like there's always the winning, you know, whatever you want to call it. Like all these kids have ever done is win. It's like that's not how it's going to work when you come to the fucking NFL.
I don't
My
think
thing-
winning
this
is
is
never been the
what-
thing.
hold on.
If you make very few mistakes in college and that can translate, you're already so fucking valuable.
I feel like ball placement to me is like the number one thing that I could say translates, just because like you're not gonna go from being pinpoint accurate to just like randomly missing people.
I think
Especially in a muddy pocket. That's the other thing I would say. Like, how do you fare with a defender like in your
Michael
face?
Penix Jr. named Falcons starting quarterback moving forward.
Hey, can we take a fucking minute for Mike Penix, dude? Can we take a minute for Mike Penix?
he owned the
It's
Ducks.
about fucking time.
He owned the Ducks.
Owned us. We couldn't beat him. Thank Christ he's in the NFL now. Now we have an
Listen.
opportunity to win the national championship.
What my thing is that translates, and I guess because of the utter differences in in skill between conferences, I guess it's hard, but I really like to see the fucking talent that they've played against and what they've done against talent. Like, it's really hard for me, like, a guy
That you
fucking,
would love Hendon Hooker.
even
You'll see why
no,
I
know.
love Hendon Hooker.
I'm a fan. But even a guy, and I loved him to death, a guy like Ben Roethlisberger, like that, in my opinion, that's a fucking chance you're taking, because he hasn't seen guys that, and maybe then it was different, but today,
There's
like,
a lot of them like that.
but what I'm saying is a
Allen,
coach.
Jordan
Right,
Love
no, I'm
played
saying,
fucking
and then that was going to be
Utah
my
State.
next point. Like, Josh Allen would be a great example of why I'm wrong, but
I think
what I'm saying is you got, like,
can I interrupt you with Ben?
this
Hold
shit,
up, let me interrupt you on Ben right
that
quick.
shit is so fast. And if you ain't seen it that fast ever, like, holy moly.
You
like,
know the one thing that's
Grab hold.
Hold on, there's one thing though
I
that you
think-
have to be able to do at the NFL that you don't do in college, and that's throw with anticipation.
yeah. Or more
I think the
anticipation.
thing-
Way more.
Yeah, way more.
I think with Ben, it came down to, they just looked at how, like, where he played football his whole life. You know, he played in Ohio his whole life. Ohio is a very talent-rich football environment.
No, and I'm
And
not
he-
saying it's the end all
and-
be all.
Oh yeah, no. And
'Cause
I'm
even,
just
like
saying,
he
like,
said, Josh Allen.
they took.
And Ben
They
was
took
young.
that
He was
into-
gonna
Bro,
sit, he
Patrick-
was supposed to sit behind Maddox
they-
that year, Avery. So
Yeah,
he was young.
they-
He was
yeah.
you have to think he has the worst quarterback rating for a winning quarterback in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh
like
yeah, no.
his
for
first
sure.
couple years he
They
wasn't
ran a
the slinger.
fucking. Yeah, no, they ran the fucking offense.
Yeah.
Like, hey, give Jerome
You know,
Bettis the fucking ball
yeah, and
30 times.
Give it
I'll
to
say
Willie.
this:
You know.
I should
Yeah,
give
give it to
Ben
Willie.
credit. I remember reading an article one time where they talked about how Ben is the only like raw athlete like that turned into a pocket passer. Like if you look at Cam Newton, he was never able to transition his game to be an elite
Cam Newton-
pocket passer. Like,
Cam Newton's mechanics were always messed up though.
yeah.
Like that's
It was
all.
like-
Cam Newton was sick. Cam Newton throwing a football was like him throwing a Nerf ball. Like
Yeah, he
it
was
his hands swallowed the
Megatron.
football.
It was like Megatron
His
back
hands
there playing
swallow-
quarterback.
his hands swallowed the football, bro. Like
Damn,
Cam Newton had
Kenny
a lot
Pickett
of
had
things,
too
bro.
Small. His shit were too big.
Yeah, Cam swallowed the ball, bro. Pause.
Kenny Pickett might get a Super
But-
Bowl ring this year.
Hey, nah.
Nah, the Eagle. Nah.
I saw a
who are they
video
losing to?
today.
Eagles
If
are
you
on
didn't
nice
see my
side.
Twitter
Who are they
today,
losing
Brittle.
to?
I'll
Brittle,
tell
that's
you
a
what
real
happened.
point, Brittle.
One of them piece of
Real
shit
point,
fans
Brittle.
from Philly bought himself a terrible towel, took it all the way to the top of the stadium, and he threw it out of the stadium. He fucked the whole thing up. Blame him.
It was funny too
When they
because
lose in the
the
playoffs
towel
on
like
some,
almost came
when
back.
some wild ass shit happens and somebody gets some crazy call in the playoffs and they lose the game, I will refer back to that moment.
Speaking of the Eagles, y'all saw the diamonds dancing on that boy Jalen Hurts' necklace, man.
Bro, did you see him? Was that real in the press conference with the kangaroo fucking hat backwards? Yo, I laughed
Bro.
my ass off. That boy sat down. He said, "Y'all wanted to see some better passing, right?"
Bruh. Diamonds
Did
on
you see
that
it?
chain, bro.
Bro, I
Diamonds
can't
on
even
that
hate on
necklace.
it. The dude, they balled out.
Well,
Bro,
yeah, because the Steelers.
I'll tell you this.
Bro, the
Stop
Steelers
putting
sold out.
fucking man coverage on AJ Brown.
No,
I
but
haven't-
bro, the Steelers. That's how you beat the Eagles, bro. That's the good game plan. You sell out for the
You
run,
gotta
and you
stack
the
force
box.
Jalen Hurts
Stack
beat
the
you with
box.
his
Make
arm.
him beat you exactly.
Like it was
But
a
the
good
thing
game
is,
plan.
Bro,
The-
Joey Porter
the
Jr.
thing is-
played a pretty good game. It's AJ Brown 1-on-1.
I'll tell
he's
you
gonna
this
win
right
his.
now, and Avery might argue with me to this day, but I was high as hell on Travis Hunter's ability. Watching AJ Brown with his size maneuver the way he did at receiver in that game, I was like, oh man.
I know, right? I'm like, is he about to
He
say he
ain't the
can play
best.
DB?
what are you
Yeah.
saying?
No, he's not. He's
This
not
dude's to be
AJ
Dick
Brown.
Night
bro.
Train Lane.
Bro, I'm saying he's not AJ Brown
Right.
at receiver. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, but he's
Not
clunky.
Jamar Chase. He's not
Hey,
Justin Jefferson.
AJ Brown is clunky. The reason
But
AJ
he's
Brown
so
is such
thick.
because he pushes off. They allow so much push offs in today. And honestly, same with George Pickens. It's a
You know what's
big
crazy?
maneuver that like.
AJ
I
those
can't
Brown
wait
guys-
to see
smaller
DK
and
Metcalf
slower
versus
than
Travis
AJ.
Hunter.
Oh, I know.
I can't wait
And
for
they played
that.
at the same college. Could you imagine having AJ Brown on one side and DK
Oh,
Metcalf on
And
the
it's
other
not
in
a
college
knock on
you
Travis
fucking
Hunter at
stink?
all. I'm not
By the
saying
way-
it changes
I thought they
anything.
should've known
If
that
Travis
quarterback
Hunter does
wasn't
not
good,
go
whoever that
one,
was, I can't remember
and
who
something that
was,
we
but-
talked about in our group chat,
Ole
if
Miss.
Genty is
Yeah,
not
it
in the
was,
top
he
10,
was popular.
that is a travesty to
Was it Matt
football
Corral?
management
No, before
across
that.
the NFL. Period.
Wasn't saying that.
Yo,
No.
who
Knock
was the
on-
Ole Miss
knock
quarterback
on-
at the time? He was popular as shit. Was it Drew Lock?
No.
No.
Drew Lock was Mizzou.
Yeah, who was it? Who was the Ole Miss quarterback that played with them?
They played with DK
DK.
Metcalf and
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Who was the quarterback there? Avery. You're the only one who can answer this.
Matt Corral,
Yes.
I said it was
Oh,
fucking
then
Matt
who
Corral.
was before Matt Corral?
Bo Wallace.
You know he's not lying. I told you it was Matt Corral.
I'm
I told you
thinking
it was
of-
Matt Corral.
I'm thinking of something else, then, I guess.
He was trying to catch
By
you
the
'cause
way,
you heard
dude,
him.
the Falcons.
He thought there
the
was some
Falcons
doubt.
have $65 million in dead money from Kirk Cousins if they cut him this year.
Bro, I was gonna actually
They-
say
I
when
don't-
you
they-
brought up Kirk.
They're not going to cut him.
Bro, Corey's a
65
Browns
million.
fan. Corey was like, honestly, I hope they cut Kirk, and then Cleveland signs Kirk and pairs him back with Stefanski. And I was
27
honestly like,
mil. 27 mil. You have to if they trade Kirk Cousins, the team that acquires him has to pay 27.5 million for him
That's it.
for the trade. For you got to pay his year's salary or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, but I'm confused.
But that's
the
not that
trade
much.
deadline is not until the season's over, so that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Right. I'm saying.
It's only
I'm
20,
saying
so you
the
could get him and keep him for 2 years for 27 million. Well,
No.
no, because he'll get paid by then.
Yeah.
That's if you were to cut him, you'd owe him 27.
It's
million.
almost like you could have kind of seen
No.
the writing on the wall, though, when they drafted Mike Penix. Like, we just paid the fuck out of this guy.
See, I thought the pick was
Might
good.
be
It's
the
just
GM.
No.
Turns out there's shitty GMs.
No. No.
And then Kirk just
I'm-
went
yeah,
on
how
a
many
month
hold
and a
on,
times
half.
I hated
time
that
out,
pick
time out,
so
time out.
much.
You're saying that, but we're also in the same group of people that we agree, like, and even today, there's 12 guys with guaranteed jobs. Tops.
There should be, but why? Then why is
So-
why
so
is
when
it, then
you
why is
have-
it last year that there was only 2 teams with quarterback competitions? Sounds like there was 30 teams with guaranteed jobs.
No.
No, there was
because
20.
there's not actual because there's just not actual enough talent in those rooms.
Right. And so
Like,
when
there's
you're
only-
bringing in a new regime, when you're doing all these things, you brought in a veteran that you had to pay because that's the market. That's how this business works. And you draft.
You
a
don't
guy.
need to pay
In
Kirk
my
Cousins
opinion,
that
I don't
much
think
coming
it's
off an
bad.
Achilles injury.
I think
No,
it was.
I think it makes sense because he
Yeah.
was gonna sit behind Kirk. Like, bro, okay, Penix. Even if Penix turns out to be good, they'll never regret any signing Kirk, any of that money they
Penix
gave
is the
him.
most
If they
pro-ready
think that-
guy out of the draft.
Well,
I
I'm
thought.
just saying if they think, well, he was older than a lot
That's
of the guys.
why.
But
He
the
had played the
injuries
most
and
football.
everything,
He had won
65
some
million
big
in dead
games.
money.
He had done some big things. He beat Oregon when he shouldn't have in Eugene.
I wonder
he
if it's
played
going to be an
a
adjustment for the
crazy
receivers
playoff
to go
game,
from
like-
a right-handed quarterback to a left-handed quarterback, though.
I'm sure they've been catching balls in practice.
Yeah,
For sure,
he's
but-
taking reps with them. He knows that.
Oh, no
offense.
doubt, no doubt.
What are, how much are
It is
the
weird.
Falcons favored by this week? With Mike Penix's first
Oh.
start, how much are they favored by?
It probably just changed.
No, I think they're favored by a lot, like minus 400. I didn't understand it either.
By the way,
they're
I looked-
they're
I
8.5
looked up-
point favorites against the Giants.
I did look up the Ole Miss stat right quick. It was Chad Kelly and then
Chad
Shea
Kelly.
Patterson. Chad Kelly for 1 year in 2016, and Shea Patterson in 2017, and then Jordan Te'amu in 2018.
Jordan Te'amu, UFL legend.
Yes.
DC defender.
Yep.
Those are on those Ole Miss teams also NFL receiver.
You said what?
Freaky. Elijah Moore also on
Oh,
those Ole Miss.
it's already 9.
Do we have a what? I already said my bet of the week. Bucks -3.5 against Cowboys. They will fucking murder them.